The man had a box of life-saving medicine, yet he refused to save his dying teammate. Earlier, an avalanche had buried the three of them inside a mountain cave. Without careful rationing of their limited supplies, they would not survive until the rescue team arrived. However, the man had his own reasons for controlling the medicine. He noticed that when Tommy fell, he had sustained severe injuries. Even if he received the injection to prevent pulmonary edema, he might not survive until the rescue team arrived. Rather than wasting the medicine, it would be better to save it for someone with a higher chance of survival. The captain shared his thoughts with Tommy, but Tommy strongly opposed him. It was his right to fight for survival, and no one could take that away from him. However, the only one still in good health was the captain, and no matter how much Tommy objected, he could not change the situation. The captain made a rule: without his permission, no one could use the medicine. As their breathing became more labored and the rescue team was still far away, the captain, trying to relieve his discomfort from oxygen deprivation, took a sip of water. In doing so, he accidentally spotted a backpack on a nearby cliff. He guessed it must have been left by another climbing team and might contain essential supplies. However, there was a deep, bottomless chasm in between, making the retrieval extremely risky. Seeing Tommy and Mary struggling with severe hypoxia, the captain made a decision. He told Mary about the backpack. As expected, she chose to take the risk. The snow beneath her feet was unexpectedly soft and unstable. One wrong step, and she would fall into the abyss. Fortunately, at the last moment, she managed to grab the backpack. However, the path back had already collapsed, leaving her stranded. The intense movement had also worsened her oxygen deprivation, making her cough uncontrollably. Meanwhile, the rescue team encountered their own crisis. A bomb accidentally fell from a rescuer's backpack and exploded. The powerful shockwave directly hit the cave, completely destroying the snow bridge and sending it plunging into the chasm. Fortunately, Mary barely survived by relying on her climbing harness. Luck was on their side. The backpack contained a box of life-saving medicine. Without hesitation, Mary injected Tommy with a dose. This infuriated the captain. A sinister thought crept into his mind. That night, while Mary was asleep, the captain secretly injected himself with the medicine, restoring his strength. Then, he filled a syringe with air and stealthily approached Tommy. Moments later, Tommy stopped breathing, silently and without resistance. When Mary woke up and found Tommy dead, she immediately realized the captain's betrayal. Overcome with rage, she attacked him. In the struggle, she accidentally knocked open the snow-covered hole above them. Escape was now possible, but the opening was too high for them to reach. They considered firing a signal flare, but with only 2 flares left, there was no guarantee the rescue team would see them. Then, the captain had another idea. Using Tommy's still-warm blood, he filled a plastic bag, attached it to a tent pole, and extended it outside the cave before setting off a flare. A loud explosion left a vivid red stain on the snow, a final contribution from Tommy. The rescue team quickly spotted the signal and dropped a whistle to confirm their position. With her last breath, Mary blew the whistle. They were about to be saved. However, as the rescue team pulled them halfway up, Mary got stuck behind a snow-covered rock. When they pulled harder, the massive snow block broke loose, collapsing the remaining supports inside the cave. As a result, 3 people, including a rescuer, were left dangling over the abyss. The 2 rescuers above lacked the strength to pull them all up. At that moment, the old rescuer decisively took out a knife and cut the rope. Mary was saved. As the captain's desperate screams echoed, he and the other rescuer plunged into the void. When survival becomes the only imperative, some choose to trample others to climb higher, while others choose to burn themselves to light the way. This struggle and torment reveal the truest shades of human nature.